Hello, everyone. Thank you for those that are already online with me. We will give it 30 seconds or so more for a few extra people to join us online. I can see there are a few people a bit late. So if you haven't already, go grab or make yourself a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, go to the bathroom, and then we'll get started. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us online today. I'm Georgia, your host, and I'm really excited to be presenting Improving Your Digital Presence for Business Growth. I've been with YCM for just under 3 years now, and during my time here, I've personally seen so many brokers build their businesses by learning and implementing the ideas and the strategies that YCM has been teaching for over 15 years. I have been fortunate enough to have learned all these strategies in my fairly short time here at YCM, and I'm now the head marketing coach helping brokers every single day learn how to acquire more leads, engage with their clients and their prospects, qualify their leads and existing clients, so knowing who to call, what to talk to them about and when to call them, and help them grow their businesses. Now, of course, marketing in the finance industry has changed over the last 15 to 20 years, but so has YCM. We constantly review our results, our products and systems, and strive to innovate the ultimate aim of assisting our partners achieve their business growth. YCM was the first and are still the lead marketing experts within the finance industry. So typically when brokers contact us, they all do have very similar concerns. They often have a over-reliance on word of mouth referrals to generate new business and then struggle to obtain new leads outside their existing client database. They're not sure how to re-engage with existing clients for new business without sounding like a salesperson, because many brokers expect their clients to qualify themselves and contact them when they need advice for their next loan. So often your clients don't even know when they need you again. So brokers want strategies to help qualify their existing clients and their prospects. We also work with brokers to find it difficult to qualify and prioritize and even convert Facebook leads or other leads that they have purchased, especially if there are too many to manage at once. And some brokers are simply looking for new ideas to get new business. So our brokers can be sole traders or small businesses with a handful of staff. However, many brokers who do use our services are already well established and have a team in place, and they're just looking for that one system that looks after lead generation, tracking the client or the prospect, engagement, communication and education, and of course, qualification. Whatever brought you here today, I am confident that we'll have something special to share with you. At the end of this webinar, one of two things will probably happen. You will want to have a personal consultation with our marketing specialist to see whether YCM can help your business or not. And if so, we will give you the opportunity to book into our diaries at the end of the webinar. Or if not, you'll join us, you'll take the information on board and you'll join us for our future webinars. So let's get started on today's topic on improving your digital presence for business success. Now, I'm sure you have all seen many sales funnels, and while all vary slightly, their purpose does remain the same. So they map out the various stages of a prospect from being first identified through to until they do business with you. So the key elements that can be seen on your screen are acquire, capture, engage, qualify, and then of course the close. However, one aspect that is often neglected is retention of existing clients until they require your services again. So we all know how much cheaper it is to retain an existing client than it is to obtain a new one. So the YCM sales funnel, as you can see, includes this, with various strategies and products that are designed to achieve your retention. So you're probably thinking, how is this relevant to your digital presence? Well, you can use the numerous digital platforms to generate leads. So for example, your Facebook ads, and then engage your clients via sharing educational content via your Facebook feed. Then you can qualify your clients via tracking who is downloading your content, and then by following them up, you can hopefully secure their business. Now, if you're like most brokers, 2020 was one of your busiest years, and one that I'm assuming that we all want to forget. And while you are busy at present with refinancing your existing clients, during 2021, it is likely that the majority of these will have done so, and you'll need to be thinking about where your next source of business will be coming from. So therefore, now may be the most appropriate time to probably think about your digital presence and how you're going to utilize that to ensure that you are well placed to tackle this challenge. Now, you do not want to be waiting until this position is upon you, as it will be too late and you'll hit a flat spot in your business until you pivot again to find new business. So let's ponder that thought for a second. I want you to think about what percentage of your business is currently refinances. So I was having a look at some stats, and the ABS lending indicator stats show that new home lending dropped by almost 12%, with refinancing hitting a record high, with the number of refinances spiking 79%. And I guess that was expected with the banks dropping the interest rates and them being at an all-time low for a very long time. So sometimes when we are busy, we do often forget to plan for the time, and unfortunately it will come when business slows down. So last year, most businesses were forced to pivot and build on, or even establish from scratch, an online presence to survive. 2020, it required most brokers, and even ourselves, to adapt and implement technology that had been around for years into their day-to-day lives so that we could continue to service our clients. So such as utilising video conferencing for client appointments and even attending webinars to replace face-to-face events. So QR codes have been around since 1994, but 2020 was the first time that many people used them. And aren't we all experts now? So utilising technology and building on an online presence has become one of the key foundations for business success today. Now, if you do not invest the time to improve your digital footprint now, then our concern is that when business does eventually slow, you may find yourself behind the competition and missing out on new business, and questioning how to fill your diary and wondering what happened. So, as some of you may already be aware, YCM does provide a diverse range of integrated marketing strategies along with our products, systems, and one-on-one support for long-term business growth. So we strongly believe that a product without a strategy is just a product. So let's think about that for a moment. Well, a product without a strategy, so without having a specific outcome in mind, is just that, a product. However, a product with a strategy and a defined expected outcome becomes a system. And it's a system, not a product. So that will generate new and consistent long-term business success. So then if you add some tracking and measuring to that system, you will then be able to work out your return on investment and whether you should continue investing in it or not. So the YCM system does allow you to track and measure all of the success of the strategies that we provide you, and that's how we can measure the success of our program with you. So the YCM marketing system does generate more business and success for our brokers because of the strategies that are behind our products. So your plan for your digital presence needs to be deliberate. So you need to be deliberate in who are you targeting, what are you trying to achieve through each platform, how are you going to do so, and then what resources do you require? And now, of course, you need to be able to identify the appropriate channels to do so. Now, your digital strategy is not like all other strategies. You need to continue the presence. It's not a set and forget. So, for example, your Facebook posts. If you stop posting and people land on your page, they're probably going to assume that you've gone out of business and then search for another solution. So before we go any further, let's look at your digital presence from a client's perspective and how potential clients are using your digital platforms. So I have bullet pointed 4 points. So they're looking for information regarding a subject matter. So not for your specific business. So for example, they're looking for information to buy their first home, not for a mortgage broker. So perhaps they're looking for information in regards to refinancing. So this is where you want your business to pop up in those search results. The second one being they're deliberately searching for a business. So perhaps their work colleague has referred an electrician that they've used a couple of years ago and they had an awesome experience with them. So they Google it. So when searching for a business name, you want to ensure that your business hours appear correct and that you're still operating. So to enable this to happen, you must authenticate and verify your business name via Google My Business. Now, if you're unsure on whether you've done that already or not, just do a quick Google search of your business name and you'll see hopefully it will pop up and it'll give you just a brief description of the opening and closing hours and also a link to your website, and I'm pretty sure it gives you directions if you're in the car on how to get to the office, so very convenient. The third one, looking for verification of a business. So they're looking to see if the business is still operating. The fourth one, they're using social media and potentially responding to advertising for a business. So perhaps they've clicked on one of your Facebook ads or they've stumbled across one of your Facebook posts. So you need to think that how is this relevant for a digital presence? So what does this mean for you to consider then? So have information available for potential clients to find you and have be easy to find in directories and through searches. You want to look professional, like you still exist and you're still operating. So make sure your regular updates to your website with any changing information that is incoming. And then so how should you be promoting your business to attract new clients? So all of these things you'll need to consider based on what we've just gone through, and we will cover in a bit more detail later on. So what is a digital presence? Well, your digital presence refers to how your business appears online. It is what your clients or your prospects find when they search for your business. So digital presence includes your content that you control, like your website and your social media profiles, but also content that you don't control, such as your online reviews. So I want you to think about everything that you do on the internet on behalf of your business. So this might include your website, so your desktop and your mobile versions, or your social media sites, so your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, and dare I say TikTok. Your office or store locations, so your Google Maps, your Apple Maps, directory listings, online reviews, so again on Google or Rate My Agent, and of course your digital ads, so your social ads, your Google ads, your SEO, anything related to that. So COVID-19 has made your digital presence more important than ever, and things may never go back to where they were. So that leads me to my next point of why is having a digital presence so important for your business? Well, simple. You should have a strong digital presence because your clients are online. They are turning to the internet to find solutions to their problems. So when people search for you online, they will want to know 5 key things: the who, the what, the where, when, and why. So the who are you? What's your name? What brought you to where you are today? What is your story? What works for you? Are you a franchisee or are you a family-owned business? The what does your business do? What solutions do you offer? What is your value proposition? And what do previous customers say about your business? The where are you located? Do you have more than one location? And can I utilize your services online? The when are you available? Are you closed on weekends and holidays? Are you available 24/7? The why do you do what you do? Why is it important to you? Why does it matter to your audience? So a well-crafted and professional digital presence will clearly and easily answer all of these questions, and will usually ensure your business is considered out of all the brokers online today. So today, for many brokers, your digital presence is your physical presence and your evidence. So this is how many clients and prospects view your business. So people form first impressions in about 17 milliseconds. So you'd want to hope your website or your social media page makes a pretty good first impression. So most people will search for a business online before even contacting you. So your online presence determines what kind of impression you will leave with them. So research undertaken by Salesforce showed that 85% of consumers conducted research before they made an online purchase, and among the most used channels for research are websites, leading at 74%, and then social media with 38%. So then with that in mind, do you think there could be an element of your business that you're missing out on because of how your online presence presents, or perhaps by not even having one at all? So businesses need to have an effective online presence and strategy to increase brand awareness and enhance business growth. So if you're not online, then how will your clients find you? All right, activity time. I want you to open a new tab on your computer or grab your mobile phone if it's close to you, and I want you to put yourself in the shoes of your clients. Now type into your search engine your business name. So for example, I would be searching Your Client Matters, and I want you to look at how does your business appear. Are you happy with it? What do you like? What don't you like? Are there areas of improvement that would possibly drive more interest to your business? Are there things that you could be doing to get more out of the channels that you were using, whether that be your website, your social media, your YouTube, your email, perhaps other platforms? Can you see things that need improving or updating? Perhaps even a competitor may pop up in your search results, and that's not unusual. Anyway, when scrolling through, what you're scrolling through, at the moment is your digital presence. So the reason for us doing this activity today is I want you to do an audit on each platform that you have. So on your website, your Facebook, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, and ask yourself these questions. Well, first of all, write a list of all the digital platforms that would make up your digital presence. So everything I just previously mentioned. And I want you to define a specific goal for each network. So what are you trying to achieve? So are you wanting to achieve brand awareness? Are you wanting to achieve generating more leads or more sales? You want to increase engagement, or you want to increase traffic? So is your branding and language consistent across all your platforms? So your bio and your about language, your profile and your banner images, your destination URLs, your landing pages, and then your hashtags. So is the content up to date and consistent? So your blog content, your social media posts. Do you have a lead capture mechanism in place? Are your sites mobile responsive? And then is this where your target market would find you, and how easy would it be for them? Now, I do understand that is a lot to take on board. So we have put a digital presence checklist and audit together that will be available at the webinar. So if you would like a copy of that one, we'll send you out a survey and just indicate on that survey that you would like us to send you a copy. Now, what should your digital presence look like? Well, at a minimum, your broking business needs to have a website and a social media business page. The platform in which you establish a presence depends on your target market. Now, of course, there are so many platforms out there, and we also encourage you to explore to see if they're worth your while to have a presence on, like Facebook or Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. However, this is probably going to be everyone is going to have a different answer to this question, and this is dependent on where your target audience is. So for example, if you specialize in helping first home buyers, then of course you'd be investing your time in Instagram and LinkedIn. Instagram and Facebook over LinkedIn, I should say. So if you're an asset broker, then link in with your clients via LinkedIn and demonstrate your expertise there. So interesting fact, Many younger consumers are using social media to search for a business rather than Google, and I must say I am guilty of this. So this will most likely be different for each and every one of you who's online with me today, and it does really depend on where your clients are hanging out. Now, what should be published on your digital presence? We will go through these in a bit more detail, but there's social proof. So why should people be picking up the phone and giving you a call? You want to encourage your clients to leave you reviews, get photos with them outside their soul sign of the house you just helped them get, and people want to see how you've helped others. The second one, demonstrate your expertise. So how can you help? What's your solution to your client's need or pain? This can either be done within your About Us page or even by an educational articles. The third one, education. So this can be done a few ways, either by an article library, downloadable booklets, downloadable checklists. However, no matter what it is, do ensure that you have a clear call to action in each resource. Authenticity. So being human, you want to resonate with your target market. And now, of course, consistency. So no one likes reading out of date or irrelevant topics. So keep your posts and updates regular and engaging. So social proof. Online reviews are the new word of mouth. So in the past, consumers had to rely on their friends or families for recommendations on everything from where to eat, which doctors or dentists were the best, where to buy a car. Needless to say, those recommendations were very limited to how large your network was and not online reviews. So if your family or friends didn't have any experience with a particular business, the only information about that experience was have provided by the company. So not online business reviews, but more about in their About Us little section on their website. So that has all changed when online reviews arrived. So consumers are now turning to online business reviews for advice on practically everything. So there are stats that support that 95% of consumers search for online reviews on pretty much everything. So whether it be a new phone, a new fridge, carpet cleaning service, or your service as a broker. So reviews and testimonials are playing a major part in this as they offer social proof, something that is very valuable in the online world. So here is an analogy that I like to use. So when walking down the street, you see two cafes. One is packed with a line out the door, the other one empty. You line up to go to the packed one even if you don't know anything about it. And reviews are the same. So if your clients are seeing reviews from a lot of people, then they're more comfortable with going with a company that they know others are using and then getting their desired outcome. So your review should also be displayed across all platforms, not just one. So educate and demonstrating your expertise. So having content across your social media platforms and your website helps you demonstrate your expertise, educate your audience, and establish your brand. So your content will help you gain credibility in your industry or niche, grow an audience filled with people who know, like, and trust you, and not only share your message and knowledge with the world, but that will also help your followers and clients make educated financial decisions. So your educational pieces may include something like podcasts, your blog posts, e-booklets, information sheets, or even budget tips. So, however, make sure there is a call to action on each piece of information that you give out, and that you also capture the required details to follow up the lead. So at a minimum, we recommend using first and last name, mobile and email address. On our competition entry form for our partners online, you would probably know that we even request their mailing address. So you'd be surprised at how many people fill this in. Now, of course, consistency. So establishing a presence means nothing if you're not going to keep it updated and post consistently. So to ensure your digital presence is continually being updated, we do encourage you to create an outline that you can follow as you're creating your content for each platform. Create a checklist that will help you confirm that you're not missing out on anything every time that you sit down to create the content. So for example, your article image, your call to action image, your social media image. Create a template so it's easy for you to start. Create a content bank so you're never wasting time researching before you dive in, and ensure that you respond to any comments on your posts as well. Now my favorite, be human and authentically you. So share photos of you and your team celebrating a little win. Share photos of how you have just helped Georgia and Brad secure their first home. Share photos of your favorite coffee shop and be personal, and of course have some fun with it. Now we've got content on our page, but how do we drive our traffic to digital platforms? So creating an online presence is only half the battle. Getting traffic to it is where most people get stuck. And there are many different ways to increase traffic to your digital platforms. However, again, this does depend on your business and your marketing objectives. So whether there be brand awareness, lead generation, education, and then of course, depends on your budget. Now I have listed a few examples of platforms that you'll see on your screen that you can incorporate into your strategy to drive traffic to your website. So these include email campaigns, SMS campaigns, advertising. So each paid channel has its pros and cons. So please do think carefully about your objectives. So your paid searches, so your SEO and your social media ads. Get social. You can produce great content and you can't just produce great content and just hope that people will find it. You do have to be proactive. So use social media channels to promote your content. So LinkedIn is more suited for business to business marketing. Facebook and Instagram are more business to consumer. Do some videos, webinars, Facebook Lives. I know LinkedIn's got a very similar thing. So you can host videos on there now. Promote them in your email signatures. So when you're emailing clients each day, and URLs on business cards. Now, I would assume that our business cards have a bit of dust on them, especially after the last 12 months. But if you don't, promote that you have a website or you do have a Facebook page or something along those lines on those. Now, often we do see great websites, great social media presences. However, there is one critical component that is missing, and that's a lead capture mechanism. So capturing customers' details allows you to continue to market to them as they move through that sales process, where you can educate, you can build your trust and convert your visitors into prospects and then hopefully clients. So not capturing the leads means that your visitor may be then lost forever. So I have demonstrated how delivering your lead magnet may look like in the infographic that you'll see on your screen. So let's just say the client is on your website or a Facebook page. You'll see that they request to download the lead magnet. The lead magnet is then delivered, and you'll follow up in a few days' time with the hope that that lead magnet has provided the solution or the answer that that prospect or the client was after. Now, a few examples of strategies to capture your visitors' details are lead magnets, your ebooks, your pop-ups or exit pop-ups, sidebar forms, footer subscription forms, or even run a competition. Now that's an incentive to leave your details. However, you must also ensure that your digital presence is mobile responsive, so including your forms. This means that your website will automatically adjust itself to function best on all devices, often referred to as responsive or mobile friendly. You want to make sure it's user friendly. So your digital presence needs to be attractive and eye-catching with the user's journey being considered. So ensure your website is designed with a clear and simple structure that prioritizes the client's needs that is simple to navigate through. You want to make sure you have interest in content. So create a blog, news, or have a resources section on your website through prospects that can receive valuable information related to your business or industry. So write what your audience cares about, answer their questions, dig deeper into their problems, and be willing to provide solutions. Content that educates helps you build trust and loyalty and will guide users down the sales funnel. Make it obvious. Does your digital presence describe clear call to action visitors can take, leading them to another page on your website? So do you spell out what you want your prospects to do? Your call to action needs to stand out, be clear, and convey a sense of urgency. So join our free webinar, for example. Make sure it is easy for prospects to complete their submission. So if the prospect has to click through multiple pages to the end of that destination, they're most likely going to leave the form out of frustration. Now, respond to all comments and reviews. So this will show that it will show to other readers that the company is professional in its dealings and does what it can to take care of its clients. All right, we are nearly at the end and hopefully you're all still with me. So in summary, what does a good digital presence consist of? So we believe that aspects that contribute to a sound digital presence are not limited to, but do contain the following. So you want them to represent your brand's identity across all platforms. So this includes your color scheme, your taglines, images, and then your logos. Compelling content, creating content that is the most effective way to strengthen and expand your presence online. So whether it's a blog, your social media posts, your website, or email, content greatly helps you create the brand personality that you want your audience to perceive. You want to provide your clients education and also leave them wanting more. Consistency, so nothing is worse than irregular updates or out-of-date information. Ensure you have a plan in place to make sure your digital presence is continually being updated. Lead magnets. The ultimate goal for anyone who lands on your digital platforms is for them to leave their details so you can get in contact with them. Ensure you have an appealing lead capture mechanism in place, inviting them to do so. So an example could be a competition. So twice a year, we host a competition up to the value of $10,000 for our partners to offer their clients. So they can promote this across all their digital platforms, including their websites, their social media pages, and even on their referral partners pages. So the beauty about the competition is it even qualifies the prospect. So without going into too much detail about the competition, I would encourage you to book in for a chat or ask some questions to Christy online to discuss how the competition could work in your business's digital strategy, as our proactive users of the competition strategies generate on average 132 entries biannually. And show, don't tell. Testimonies. So publish your social proof. Oh, and I should also mention that our competition encourages clients to leave a testimony and feedback of the service that they received. So I have provided a little preview there on your screen of one of our partners' websites that contains these lead magnets, and hopefully will spark some ideas in your head as well. All right, having gone through everything, how do you think your business rates? So most mortgage brokers we speak to find that their business has not fared too well and often surprised by how many holes there are within their existing digital presence. So if you don't have a digital presence or one that might need improving, I am now going to make a few assumptions as to why that might be. So perhaps lack of education, it all might seem way too hard, lack of time, perceived too expensive, not sure where to start, or unsure where to seek assistance from. So I am conscious there is a lot to take on in today's webinar. However, my most important piece of advice would be plan your strategy. So learn about what you don't know, educate yourself so you can make informed decisions. What do you already have? So a website, a Facebook page, email communication. Do a self-audit, decide if it's good enough. What is available for brokers already out there, so no need to recreate the wheel. And get help and guidance from professionals in your industry. Now, every business is unique and there is no one-size-fits-all strategy when it comes to establishing your digital presence. So when determining your digital strategy, you do need to consider your business objectives. So for example, are you looking at growing your business or just maintaining your trail? You will also need to understand your business's position. So do you specialize in helping first-home buyers or you're an asset broker? So understanding your target market is important as it will help you determine the digital channels and your platforms that you should be present on as well. The third one being the resources that you already have available to you in your business. So as indicated earlier, your digital presence is unlikely to be a set and forget strategy. It is likely going to require regular maintenance. So who is going to be responsible within your office to maintain this? And what is your intent or the objective of your digital presence? Are you just looking to ensure that potential clients can find you, or are you looking at it as a means to actively growing your business? So maybe just engaging with your existing clients through educational social media content. So your existing sales process. So your digital strategy should enhance and strengthen that, your existing sales process. So in today's market, we are seeing more and more brokers utilizing digital, primarily social media. So understanding your objectives, target market and available resources, you'll then be able to formulate a deliberate presence to plan across your digital platforms. So if you are unsure of answers to any of these questions, even where to start or how to formulate a deliberate digital plan, or you just want to get everything ready as quickly as possible for when the run of refinances comes to an end, then we may be able to assist you. So the best way to determine that is to book in for a free consultation with one of our marketing experts. So in the first 15 minutes, they will be able to seek to understand you and your business and determine if we are able to assist you or not. And if we are not able to assist you, then we'll let you know at the 15-minute mark, as we appreciate that your time is very valuable. And if we are able to assist you, then we'll continue the consultation. So to book in for a free consultation, you will receive an email after the webinar with a link that you'll be able to book directly into our diaries. Otherwise, you may choose to phone us directly on 0295269999 and we will book you in to our diaries directly. There will also be a link in the email to complete a survey, which we will sure appreciate your feedback as to whether we provided any valuable insight into improving your digital presence. If we were also after the free download, so that the checklist audit, please indicate whether the survey you'd like to receive it and we'll make sure that you do receive that one. Otherwise, thank you very much for your time today. We appreciate your time and hope that you have taken something new away with you today. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing you on our next webinar. Bye for now.